Good afternoon and welcome back. Let's start off with our 500 millibar chart here. We do have that trough that was expected to develop pretty rapidly there, so that has indeed happened, as we expected that it would. It is a little bit farther to the west than we had anticipated at this time, which is why the rain is coming in a little bit later than expected, a few hours later, but it is starting. In fact, I believe the heaviest rain is just starting to move in, and this is just going to be like the first little round. As we move through the day, the trough will continue to move over the area, and we will be on the right side of that, which is where you see more rising motion. There's going to continue to be precipitation that's coming through, and then as that moves out to overnight, the precipitation should calm down a bit. But as we but we should still see some lake effect snow coming off of the lakes and maybe stretching far enough inland to affect the Lansing area, but we will take a closer look at that. After this moves out, it looks like we again have a pretty relatively relaxed pattern, although we do have a low pressure system developing up in Canada. And maybe that starts to build a little bit more of a trough back in. And we are going to have to wait and see if that digs down and affects us like the previous one did, or if that's just going to be a problem for areas to our north. Taking a look at pressure and temperature now, we see that low pressure system is pretty much kind of right between where Lake Superior, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and Wisconsin meet. And that system will continue to move east with a slight northward component, bringing some warm air up and then some cold air behind it. And then it looks like that cold air will not stick around for super long. It looks like it's kind of starting to retreat here on Saturday, but we will have to continue to keep an eye on that. Well, now let's zoom in so we can get a better idea of what those temperatures will actually look like for us. For today, we could see temperatures get in the upper 40s. This color down here where my mouse is over 50, and we're now up in our area that's above 45. It's between 45 and 50. So we could be looking at 46, 47 degrees. It's going to be pretty warm after the frigid December that we've had so far. Now, as the rain moves through and that cold front pushes in from the low pressure system, of course, lows tonight are going to drop. We are not supposed to drop below 20, but it is going to be in the low 20s, 21, 22 degrees. So nothing out of the ordinary for what we've been getting, but it's probably going to feel a little chillier after being near 50 today. Now, tomorrow, it's not really going to warm up much. We're looking at highs in the pretty much in the same area, in the low 20s. But it looks like as we head into tomorrow night that temperature will continue to hang around, and we actually see some warmer air starting to make its way up. And so perhaps Saturday should be warmer. Well, now let's actually take a look at that precipitation. Oh, my hair. I just realized my hair's been sticking up. Come on. I guess I'll have to fix that later. Let's take a look at precipitation. We see that rain just now starting to come into the area, and it is expected to be, again, a pretty steady rain. Maybe we get some heavier bands as we head into the evening. This is 7 p.m., 8, 9, 10, so maybe it moves out right around 11. And then we do see some lake effect snow, and there are some bands that are stretching pretty far inland, so if these end up being a little bit more north, we could see some impacts here. In fact, I do believe the official forecast does call for us to get up to a quarter to half an inch of snow tonight and tomorrow, so maybe we will get a little bit of that lake effect. But other than that, it looks like we're going to be pretty chill after the rain and snow moves through the area. let's see how the rainfall forecast has changed since we last spoke. And it looks like the rainfall is actually focused a little bit more to our southwest now. So we were originally looking at around 3/4 of an inch of rain, and now it looks like we're going to be just about half an inch of rain, maybe even slightly less. So we are looking at a little bit less rainfall now than we were initially anticipating. But regardless, I still think that the combination of warmer temperatures and, of course, still half an inch of rain, we're probably going to see the majority of the snow remaining melt. In fact, I think it's already melted quite considerably. I'm starting to even see some patches of grass appear. So if you've really been enjoying seeing all the snow out there, it's not going to be sticking around. Well, now let's take a look at wind. After all, this low pressure system is going to be bringing some wind into the area. And it looks like through the day, the wind is supposed to be around 20 miles per hour. Maybe we get some little moments around evening time where it gets a little bit stronger than 20 miles per hour, but for the most part, wind should be around 20 miles per hour. Then kind of relax a bit overnight before it starts to increase again tomorrow morning and into tomorrow afternoon. Again, looks to be around 20 miles per hour. Maybe it gets a little bit higher, 25-ish. And it looks again to calm down as we head into the night tomorrow night. But let's look at the wind gusts. And yeah, it looks like it could get quite gusty today. Wind gusts could certainly get around 40 to 50 miles per hour through the day and into the afternoon. Excuse me, I got a little itch there. Then calm down a bit again overnight. Gusts are probably going to be closer to what the sustained winds are during the day, or like the sustained winds during the day is probably going to be similar to the stronger gusts overnight, if that makes sense. Then again, actually, as we head into the day tomorrow, the wind gusts are supposed to calm down a bit, only around 35, maybe a little bit stronger. So today is definitely expected to be the windier of the 2 days, although we do see some gusts pop in on Saturday. And say hi. This guy is really, really demanding attention right now. Isn't he cute? Oh. Last thing we're going to do is just look at some snowfall forecast just to see what, kind of confirm what we're thinking for the lake effect portion of the event. This is the 24-hour snowfall ensemble maximum, so this is kind of the high-end forecast. And the maximum kind of gives us about an inch, maybe a little bit more of snow. But again, that is the maximum. So let's take a look at the mean. And the mean snowfall forecast for 24 hours does not even give us an inch. We stay below the 1 inch mark. So that does make sense with the around official half-inch total that is expected. Let's see if there's any probabilities. Oh, this is greater than 4 inches. Yeah, we're not seeing more than 4 inches. So I think that's all I got for today, and I hope to see you tomorrow.